Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Justice for Aaron Brady campaign. We have hopefully a very short video this evening. We're just wrapping up the videos for the moment in relation to the charges and accusations of intimidation against Aaron and us, the Brady family. Now we have shown you up to date and the score is at 10-0 at the moment, and it shows clearly that the authorities are the people who are intimidating the witnesses. And the Bradys did not intimidate any witnesses or have any inappropriate contact with any of the witnesses in the case. We must make that very clear, and we'll continue to repeat it, and we'll go into more detail on that. We're going to release a video tomorrow evening which gives a broader view of all the videos we have created in the last few weeks. So to that end, we're going to move the score now to 11-0. Where I'm going to regale to you a story that was told to me by a young man who contacted our family and in relation to his deportation from Boston. This is a young man from Ireland. He was working in Boston. Now he was illegal. He had moved and he had outstayed his visa like millions of other Irish. He had created his own company and had a number of people working for him in the construction industry. He was arrested by the authorities in Boston. Once again, I'm going to show you this video here from Senior Investigating Officer Mr. Pat Murray.
The word spread. Irish cops were in town. Witnesses were found who had crucial evidence in the case.
There was approximately 5 persons who came forward with information in where they stated that Aaron Brady had mentioned he was the one who shot the Garda.
I'm sure most of you are very aware of this video, but we have to show that Mary is telling lies. Because here we have another person who is arrested. And it is our contention that nobody came forward. And the fact that Mary even says approximately, I think gives great insight into the thinking of how the investigation was run. So this young man was working in Boston. He was arrested by members of Garda Síochána and a Homeland Security officer in Boston. And he was being interviewed by the 2 detectives from Ireland and a Homeland Security officer in police station in Boston. Now, during the course of that interview, there was 2 members, senior Gardaí with him and the Homeland Security officer. And it was quite clear to him from the outset that what they were looking for was for him to say something about the brothers in Boston. And to give you some idea, what he was told was, and the way the investigation went was, I'm sure they must have said something when they had drink in them. I'm sure they must have said something when they were drunk. I'm sure they did. It'd be a pity now if you had to be deported because of these people. And this young man who was deported told me clearly he was very close to telling lies. And the reason he did consider it, because he knew he was going to lose his very nice lifestyle in Boston, but he too had read the papers. And he too was unhappy with the brothers in Boston for that reason. Because the people like this young man who had his own business but was illegal, seen these people that were being vilified in the newspapers as a threat to their own secure life in America. He told me that quite clearly and quite categorically himself. Now, he told me also that during the course of the interview and these suggestions were being put to him, the Homeland Security officer got slightly uncomfortable with it, got up and left the room. And the Senior Investigating Officer continued with this line of questioning and suggesting. And the second detective from Ireland, he too was uncomfortable, got up and left. And he was left with a Senior Investigating Officer on his own in the investigating room in the police station in Boston. And it was put to him bluntly. Tell us these 2 boys said something that about the murder, that some way involved, that they said something with drinking them, and you can stay here. Green card. Now, as I said, this young man did consider it, but he didn't do it. Now, he also had some other interactions with the Garda in that room, and he something about another crime that actually took place in Ireland, and to discuss that. Nothing got to do with Aaron or anything got to do with the Adrian Donoghue murder. And that was more or less discarded by the members of Garda Síochána. I don't know the extent of the information this young man gave, but he seemed to think when I was speaking to him that it was quite significant. But the senior investigating officer was not interested. And to that end, when this young man would not cooperate, as was said in the email in relation to, I think it was Pat Murray, and an email Judge White has seen, if he cooperates, keep him. If he does not cooperate, initiate deportation proceedings. And that is exactly what happened here. This young man, the deportation proceedings were put in place and he was deported. And during his trip from the police station to the airport, the two Homeland Security officers that transported him to the airport said they had never seen anything like this before. So that gives you an idea of what was happening. Now, you may very well say, obviously, well, this is just a story. Well, so we can put some meat on the bones of this. This young man made a complaint to GSOC on his arrival back to Ireland. And of course, he's heard nothing about it. So we do know that Commissioner Drew Harris should be, or his office is, aware of this young man's complaint and what happened to him in Boston and how these people destroyed another life. So again, as we progress with and we hope that the house of cards that this conviction of our son is built on, when that house of cards starts to collapse, it will be a simple platform, hopefully, for this young man and others. There are others to come forward. There are other people who said, well, there's a green card. There's, you know, if Brady said something, maybe when he was drunk. So that's the way our police force in this country operate. And that's the way they operate it. And I go back once again, the reason they were doing this in 2016, 17 and 18, because Pat Murray told us clearly in the podcast that at the end of 2016, nearly 4 years after the Northern robbery, the investigation was a shambles. They had nothing. No, we had nothing at all. That's Murray's words. So this is the behaviour these detectives stooped to because they had to get some form of a conviction. And I think that's universally accepted by everyone. And it's something that's said to us regularly, daily. Well, should they had to get someone. And unfortunately, we find ourselves in this position here. And this is what happened in America. This is all part of the intimidation. And we have proved all these here. All that is proof positive. So, once again, it just follows up. It takes our score to 11-0. We've shown, and there are much more we could take. The intimidation by the authorities of witnesses up into another double that. Oh, easily, quite easily. And we have information that we can double that up. And intimidation of witnesses by the Brady family is 0. And it will remain at 0. So once again, thank you for joining us this evening. Please continue to like, comment and share. Please subscribe on our YouTube channel. We've had issues again with our social media. It is being attacked, and we really need people to hit the like and subscribe buttons for our algorithms. And we're coming back tomorrow evening, and we're going to have a broad look at all the little bits of information we give you in relation to these 11 incidents where people were intimidated, and put it into a broader picture and show clearly the involvement of Garda Síochána, the DPP and senior and junior prosecuting barristers. Once again, thank you for watching. Please continue to like, comment and share, and we'll see you tomorrow evening. Thank you.